What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Scotty, and this is a review of the Gemini Films web series called The Come Up Atlanta. If you have never heard of Gemini Films, the guy that's over Gemini Films is a guy by the name of Karan Wilson. And if you have never watched any of his web series, you may be more familiar with the Bad Boys Club. The first web series of his that I ever watched was Bad Boys Club Atlanta. Now, I have made a video about that once before. I wasn't a big fan of that particular show, well, web series, just due to the fact that I didn't like most of the characters. But one of the characters that I actually did love is on this particular installment. Now, he had a Come Up New York a couple of months ago, and I watched that, and I watched it from episode 1 all the way up to the last one, and I really did enjoy it thoroughly. But it's just something about the Atlanta one that I feel is going to be it's going to be bigger and better. And he knows that I'm going to be reviewing this show. Me and him conversed with each other on Twitter, and I let him know that I will be reviewing the show for my own pleasure and to bring more not really notoriety, but bring more attention to his show. I mean, I'm not saying that I have the biggest YouTube channel, because I don't. I mean, I'm only headed towards 13,000 subscribers, but I can only do my best. Just to let people know how I feel about the show. So, I'm just going to say this. The review is not going to be that long, just due to the fact that not much really happened, because it is the first episode and we're just not meeting these people. So, I didn't expect some drag out shit to go on this particular episode. However, what I will say about the cast is that the difference between them and the people on the New York one is that these people in Atlanta actually have things going on. We actually see what they're doing and what they're striving to do. On New York, I really didn't know what these people were doing or what their inspirations were. The only person that I saw trying to do something was this Precious character. So he was always in some positive stuff, and you could see what he was trying to do. But these people have different occupations. They really try to do some things. So basically, what I'm going to do is give my opinion on each person on the cast right now, because that's pretty much what this episode was about, was the people that's, you know, basically us getting to know everybody. So I'm going to start off with this guy named Rock. He's a handsome, bright guy. He was on this little radio show at the very beginning, and obviously he's an actor. He's been on Star and all kinds of other different stuff. And he seems to be cool. He knows exactly what it is that he wants to do. And he's just out here trying to do positive things. And for whatever reason, I liked him from his very first scene. I liked him. Now, although he was in some shit later on in the episode, I'll talk about that towards the end of my review. But I do like Rock. Now, mind you, half the shows that he said he was on, I never seen them. And I ain't no shade, because I don't watch those shows. I've never seen an episode of Star. However, you know, he was just giving his opinion about, you know, the acting world and how people be trying to about how people have to sleep with people to get a role and shit like that. And it was pretty interesting, and I find him interesting. So I enjoy watching him, honestly. Everybody loves Quay. Everybody loves Quay. I follow Quay on Instagram. I love Quay. Okay, first of all, Quay is fun. He has a great personality, and I never knew that he knew how to sing. Like, I didn't know that. But I liked Quay from the moment he came on Bad Boys Club, and it's pretty much because of his personality, his attitude. He's fun. He's mature as fuck, and he knows how to handle situations a certain way. He's not really about the drama. He just want to have a good time, and I like people like that, because I'm the same type of person. I wonder what his zodiac sign is, because, you know, mine is I'm an Aquarius, and, you know, my birthday is like next week, like 7 days away at this point. So yeah, a week away. But yeah, we already know how much I love Quay. Like, I love me some motherfucking Quay. Point blank. I love seeing his evolution. Like, he's been acting, you know, he's got his own dance team, and now, you know, he's trying to get more shit going on, trying to get his music popping, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to see him, and you know, it wouldn't make any sense for Karan to do a show like The Come Up Atlanta and not take someone, not take the most popular person from the Bad Boys Club and put him on that show. And you know, it made sense to me for Quay to be on the show because he was the most likable one on from Bad Boys Club Atlanta. And of course, you know, behind him you got Dope. He was very likable, and then you got Daquan. He was very likable. And I think that's it as far as my opinion about who was likable to me or whatever. But if Quay wasn't on there, I could have seen Dope on there. And if Dope wasn't on there, I could have seen Daquan on there. You know, out of those three, you know, I think he made the best decision on who to put on the show. To me, the ideal choice would be Quay, but if it wasn't Quay, I would have chose Dope or Daquan because I love them. But other than that, yeah, it was good to see. It was interesting to see Quay do his thing and getting to know people, and not really getting to know people, but get his shit on point. So I enjoyed that, and I like to see his evolution. Okay, you got Timmy. Now, Timmy is a fashion designer. And, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. He's very effeminate. And I'm not the most masculine guy myself. You know, I'm a little bit in between. But he's very effeminate. He's very much so into fashion. And I will say that I don't know how I'm going to feel about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, in my real life, I don't really get along with guys like Timmy. And it's not on purpose. It's just that we never mesh. So I don't know why. I wonder what his zodiac sign is. You know, y'all, I'm very much so into astrology. I really am. But, you know, I can tell that he's from New Orleans. I really can. Just by his damn voice, I can tell. You know, I'm right up the street. I'm from Mississippi, so I'm right up the motherfucking street so I can hear it all in his voice. But, you know, he's here to slay the girls and here to do what he do. And, there was this other guy that they introduced on the show by the name of Darion. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And, you know, Timmy took him up on his wing, and he saw people that he was hanging with. He felt like he should be hanging with him, so he took him up on his wing and made him his son. And they've been inseparable ever since. So, I'm not going to judge Timmy right now because it's just the first episode. But I just know I always put my personal experiences into every review that I do. But I do know that most times when it comes down to guys like Timmy, I never get along with those type of guys at all. But, you know, I never really like those type of guys just because we don't mesh. But, you know, he's a fashion designer, so that's another thing. Like, Rock is an actor. Quay is an actor and a dancer and singer. And Timmy is a fashion designer. So we see what they're working towards and striving to be. Okay, so Tay. He's a fellow YouTuber like myself, and I've seen Tay's memes before. And it was very fucking funny because when I think they showed one of his memes in the episode. I'm like, that's him. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's him. And, you know, he reminds me of Timmy too. But, it's just something about Tay. I don't know what it is. I like him. He looked like he's kind of fun too. He's not with the shit. You know what I'm saying? And, he's all about getting that YouTube channel up. And you know what I'm saying? Just me doing YouTube. This shit is not, fun. And it ain't fucking easy to do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't easy at all. So, yeah. Just because he's a YouTuber, they give him extra points with me. So, King. He's so handsome to me. I love him. He's obviously a rapper. He's into music. He's been into music since he was 8 years old, which that I can identify with King on that because I'm also into music. I'm a songwriter, so I'm into that type of shit. And, you know, just listening to him in the studio, you can tell that he's just now starting. You know, he really ain't got his flow together just yet, and that ain't no bad thing. Because, you know, when we first start, shit don't be the way that it should be. Because when I first started writing songs, it wasn't the way it should have been. I didn't know what I was doing, but the more I write, the more I perfect my craft. So the more King writes his raps, the more King finds himself, the better off it'll be. It'll amplify his talent. And there's nothing wrong with it. He's in the early stages. And is it just me, or did I see a little bit of chemistry between King and Quay in that particular scene when they was in the studio? Like, it just felt like they were flirting with each other. And if I was Quay, I'd be flirting with King. Look at him. Like, honestly. I would have flirted with his ass, too. But, yeah, and that made me mad when I saw that flashback of Quay and his ex-boyfriend fighting. That made me so mad, because I don't like it when nobody fuck with Quay. I don't like it when nobody fuck with him. Like, don't fuck with him like that. But, you know, the real tea that happened on this episode was when Rock was at this party with his date and Tay came along. And Tay just so happened to be the guy that he was talking to on the phone. So he can, you know, this friend that he met online so they can meet up at this party. And you know, it was like Rock didn't give not a fuck about the nigga he was in there with. He went out there with Tay. They out there chopping it up, and then next thing you know, Rock's date all drunk and in his feelings and shit, ready to go the fuck off on Rock. Like, that shit was funny as fuck. And I'm like, so they gonna end the episode like that? Like, so this is where the real tea go on it. Like, real talk, this is where the real tea happen. Oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But this is why the review is the way it is. They were basically introducing us to these people. So the real drama ain't happened yet. It ain't gonna happen on the first episode. We gotta be introduced to these people first. So what I just did was, because it wasn't that much to talk about on this particular episode, I just decided to talk about the characters on the show and give my personal opinion on what I think about them as of now. Because, you know, when you're watching reality shows or a reality web series, you have a favorite, but then your mind changes as the season goes along. But one thing I will say about Karan is that his editing has gotten so much better. His lighting is much better. And on top of that, you can see the growth. So I really do appreciate you, Karan. The Come Up ATL is a hit to me. And it's a hit to me because the characters are multifaceted to me. Like, you know, it's different elements to everybody. Whereas on the Come Up New York, it was more so about being a mean girl or some shit like that. Because when I couldn't follow the storyline, and I watched that I watched the New York season more than once, back to back, and I just didn't understand why Raekwon, Ken, and Nova hated Montel so much. I never understood that, and it just looked like a bullying type of thing with Montel. I never understood why they didn't like each other, and I'm like, let me watch this shit again so I can understand it better. But it's like I just didn't understand it, because it's like, okay, bitch, like, why y'all hate this dude so much? You know what I'm saying? I still don't understand it, but, you know, I just feel like with this show, I'll probably be able to follow the storylines better, because I just couldn't follow them on that last one. But that's not to take away from New York, because I did like New York. But it's just something about Atlanta shows. You know, Atlanta shows are always crunk, but it's probably because I'm from the South and I can relate to Atlanta people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So this is my first review on the Come Up ATL. My advice to everybody on the cast of the Come Up ATL, because I know when people make videos and get their opinion, I know some of us get dragged. Don't take me personal, okay? Don't take it personal when I give my opinion. I'm just giving my motherfucking opinion. I don't know y'all personally to know y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I just want y'all to know that I'm just giving my honest opinion on what I see on the show. And at the end of the day, y'all here to entertain us. And I'm here to entertain my subscribers. And, you know, so I get it, but I do have an opinion. Don't take it personal. I'm just keeping it 100 about whatever I feel. And, that's it. Till the next Come Up, episode, I'll be here. But, since, next Monday is my birthday, my review of the show might be a little bit late. It may not, because like I told Karan on Twitter, be prepared, because I'm going to do a review. My reviews be put out every Monday, but because my birthday is Monday, this coming up Monday, I'm not sure how it's gonna go. It just depends, because I have a full weekend of nothing but fun for my birthday, and I do have some things planned for that Monday too, but I don't know. But we'll see though. With that being said, you guys, I'm out of here. This be your boy Scotty. All of my social media is at the bottom, and hope y'all enjoy. Till my love and hip hop reviews, I'll see y'all later. Peace.